Hello viewers, I'm Shane Steely and I'm your 32-bit player. Today I'm reviewing two NES games from the Christian video game company Wisdom Tree Games. Bible Adventures and Exodus, and boy are they terrible. But that didn't stop Bible Adventures from selling over 250,000 copies. Now what is important to distinguish is that these were both unlicensed games, which meant Nintendo did not give them their gold seal of quality, and it shows. Bible Adventures was a 3-in-1 game that included David and Goliath, Noah's Ark, and Baby Moses. This game probably led to more sad Christian kids than the Children's Crusade of 1212. If you don't understand that joke, go to B.D. Owen's library. All three games are nothing but poorly done Mario 2 clones, which was already a clone of another game. What is so difficult to describe to any viewer is how slippery the controls for this game are. Every platform is a chore to land on and stay on, especially with the game Baby Moses, which requires the player to not fall through disappearing platforms, climb ladders, and fend off enemies that you yourself cannot defend against. In Noah's Ark, you have the same controls as Baby Moses, but is a monotonous collectathon, but could have been more fun with more of a challenge. You can tell they put more effort into this than the other two, but sadly it falls flat. David and Goliath is another animal collecting game, but this time it's sheep. Nothing but sheep. To conclude, all three games lack much originality. Noah's Ark is a rehash of the same level over and over, but with minor tweaks and a sprite change of animals, whose mechanics stay the same mostly. Baby Moses is a side-scroller where you just carry a baby from one end to another without getting hit. Think Yoshi's Island, but where you can't eat anything or hop on anything. That's this game. David and Goliath is a sad combination of both games where you combine the boring animal collecting of Noah's Ark with the inability to defend yourself while carrying something, a sheep, the most boring animal in the world. Speaking of boring, that brings me to the next game, Exodus: Journey to the Promised Land, which this game was a journey into the worst game I've ever played. This time Wisdom Tree ripped off a lesser known but critically acclaimed game, Boulder Dash, for its inspiration. This game's color palette is so awful it hurts my eyes. It's nothing but a smattering of browns and grays with nothing in between, which would have made sense had this game came out the same time the Atari Boulder Dash came out, but it didn't. It came out 7 years later on a system that created beautiful looking games with just 8 bits, such as Mega Man, Castlevania, and Metroid. And I can't even describe how terrible the music is. Usually the music to any game is a defining feature. I'm just going to have you guys take a listen. That isn't a clip, by the way. That is the entire score for the game, played on an endless loop for 100 levels. Lastly, throughout the game there are Bible quizzes, which can't be skipped and give you extra lives. If I wanted to listen to something drone on and on and on while taking boring quizzes I don't care about, I'd just go to class. My advice is to stay away from these games unless you're either a sadist or you've taken many mind-altering substances. What I recommend to viewers is that they should find a copy of Mario 2 instead of playing Bible Adventures. Or if you're feeling really adventurous, you could try out the spiritual successor to Boulder Dash, Supaplex, which is a fun Boulder Dash clone with a really cool techno soundtrack, a computer motif, and also really great visuals that put Exodus to shame. While these stories came from Genesis, you will need a Nintendo to play these games that not even Jesus could love. This is the 32-bit player for Respawn TV. Back to you.